I want to thank my friend and colleague from South Carolina. You're a gentleman, a champion of religious freedoms around the world, and this is an example of what this institution, we Americans can do together when we find common ground and set our minds to it in the face of such aggression and risk around the world. Putin's flagrant violations of the basic human rights of Ukrainian civilians on Ukraine's sovereign territory are disturbing and they're unacceptable. Freedom of religion is a moral imperative that the United States must continue to strive to defend as we support the people of Ukraine through these incredibly trying and horrific times. This is personal to me. My own family fled Russian persecution during the pogroms of the late 19th century, only to come to this extraordinary country. Little could they have imagined that I would be standing here with you, my friend from South Carolina, talking about religious freedoms and doing everything we can as a country to preserve and protect those all around the world. That's what it means to be an American, not just here, but all around the world. We must take action where we can, including by ensuring that the President considers all regions where Russian influence is determining future development funding for the nation. I hope my colleagues, I trust my colleagues, will join me in supporting this terribly important bill to defend these freedoms all around the world. And with that, I yield the balance of my time. I rise today in support of H.R. 6930, the Asset Seizure for Ukraine Reconstruction Act, as amended. Mr. Speaker, we have long known the Russian oligarch class is an important pillar of President Putin's brutal and corrupt regime. These Russian oligarchs have been able to enrich themselves and use their wealth to consolidate power within their country and increase their influence abroad. As President Putin continues in his unjustified and premeditated full-scale invasion into Ukraine, the United States must do all that it can to identify and sanction his cronies bankrolling this brutality. The Asset Seizure for Ukraine Reconstruction Act, as amended, takes an important step in this direction. The bill expresses the sense of Congress that the President should confiscate property subject to U.S. jurisdiction worth over $2 million belonging to Russian energy companies or Russian oligarchs whose wealth is derived from corruption or by support of President Putin. It expresses the sense that such property should be held, used, administered, liquidated, or sold, and that any funds gained from such sales should be used to benefit the Ukrainian people. Furthermore, this legislation would also create an interagency working group to determine the proper constitutional mechanisms through which this could be achieved. The luxury villas and fancy yachts and private airplanes of Putin and his cronies is tainted with the blood of Ukrainian people. Their corrupt assets should be seized and should be used to rebuild Ukraine. And with that, I reserve the balance of my time.